Let us now talk about the astrology of December 27th and 28th. Let's start on the 27th. So, the moon's going to square Venus. At this time, we may be feeling sad or lonely. We feel the very, very strong need to be connected, to be in partnership, to be in divine, mutual kind of way. We feel the need to be connected to another person in relationships, even if it means crisscrossing our expectations to get in that relationship. And because it's a square, we do want to be mindful that we're not lowering our standards too much. This is also about seeking out pleasure through friendships or activities that bring you joy, especially with other people. Not just going to that arcade alone, not just going to that window shop alone, but going with somebody else along with you to share in those experiences, to share in that joy. This may be a time where you're not feeling motivated to work or put your best foot forward in the workplace environment or do the step and loopy doop. You are meant to truly do what brings you pleasure and joy at this time. So put aside your work, put that aside, release the need for you to please your boss or whoever you need to please in the work environment, and just focus on the things that you want to do for yourself. This is a good time not to overindulge in food and such measures. Real, it's also a good time to leave your credit card at home, to not go out and get the hard and then use the hard for really, really for tragic things, which will cost you money in the long run. This is all about compromising to maintain harmony and balance in your life. This is very, very important that you maintain this harmony and balance. Wherever and however you need to maintain that in your life. You may become careless or you may have low standards in relationships. This may be really, really possible for GLA and this type of thing like that. So being careless, having low standards in relationships. There are several tests to ensure the most absolute loyalty in your relationships. The moon is going to oppose Uranus. So this is about we're feeling nervous, anxious, or easily distracted. We may be misreading signs or cues from our intuition, so it's very important to trust your intuition and go with your intuition. There may be changes in your work in your personal life at this time. This is about discovering something new, a family member or coworker who could bigger emotional response. This is really good. Who could bigger that emotional response. There's a need to change and stimulate at all costs to be a force of change and stimulation, to seek out change and stimulation in your life. And this could also be about relationships with women will be affected in good ways and bad ways. It could go either way. Your relationship with women could be affected in really positive ways, manutile ways, or it could be affected in bad, sort of negative, downtrodden kind of ways. Mercury is going to square Saturn. So this is really all about hard work and better doing the work alone. Better doing that hard mental work alone. Be careful when entering into negotiations and make decisions because things are not clear right now, things are not straightforward. It really, really takes a lot for you to really be the force of beginning for yourself to be in your life, which means that making decisions and doing all those kind of things is necessary for you to get by in your life. And so be careful and be mindful of your negotiations and of the decisions that you make, making sure that they feel more authentic to you. There may be distance or separation in close relationships. You may be planning for responsibilities in relationships. There could be gains made through experiencing challenges and shakeups. When you experiencing these challenges and shakeups, you gain more rewards, you gain more traction, you gain more reactions, you gain more emotions in your life. It's very important to take the parrot's lesson, which is to watch your words and be mindful of what comes out of your mouth and hold yourself accountable to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Being very, very mindful what you say before you say it. And being very clear, deliberate, and intentional about what comes out of your mouth at this point in time. This could also present way for obstacles that take you away from achieving your goals and prepare for detours or the need to revert and try again. Now, the moon is going to try Neptune. So relationships under this influence will have a soulmate feel to them. This is good for anything involving music, art, and film, all Neptune-related entities. This is great for visiting your psychologist. Friends may seek you out as a source of comfort and hope and sterling, for you to be their therapist, for you to be a shoulder you can cry on. There's this compassionate, empathetic, kind, rambunctious sortiveness that you have inside of you that takes this time to release that out of you, to really, really release that into your life. This is also good for human rights, charity, and animal welfare. And others may see you as warm, compassionate, and understanding. You may feel empathetic for what others are thinking and feeling. You may feel greater empathy for them in that regard. And you're more likely to produce works of art at this time. This is time to get creative, get into your artistic mode, to create works of art, like the art behind me, for example, to create paintings, sculptures, music, songs, whatever that art is, whatever you define as art, now's the time to be creative with that. This is a time to express your love and compassion for others. This is what this is about as well. The moon is going to suck us off Pluto, so relationships can only evolve now, can surely evolve in that kind of a nutile way. Meeting someone who has a profound influence on your life is more likely. This is good to clean up your bathroom. Powerful instincts and intuition may be withholding from you now. You may have those things very, very strong. There's also opportunities for emotional recharging, precognitive dreams. This is a good time to dig deep into the truth of things, expose lies and secrets, and understand occult subjects. We'll really dig into the truth to find out the true answers of what lies within the things that you're looking into. This is also about dealing with underlying psychological and emotional issues also. It's good to evaluate what is holding you back from experiencing your greatest good. This is also a great opportunity for spiritual and personal growth. Another aspect going on is the moon will trine the north node. So we have opportunities for growth and expansion opening up now, listening to and honoring your intuition at this time, good to sort out which path to take, opportunities to heal at a deep level, experiencing epiphanies. Don't project your unmet needs onto those around you. Balancing feelings with rationality also is what this comes down to asking about. You're more emotionally in tune and aware, releasing baggage from past experiences, and wounds can truly be healed now. So then we have um then we have the moon will trine Mars. So when the moon is trine Mars, this is good to ask someone out on a date, making the first move in relationships, knowing how to do that. Acting on your instincts is what this also is about. More popular in social situations, a positive outlook on life could positively affect others. Speaking up for your needs and your family's needs without being domineering, putting a solid foundation in place and will be a protective act. Enjoying the physical connection in your relationships, going after what you desire most of the time. So, the card that I pulled for this particular day is, let me find it here. It is the Beloved, and I'm pulling from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So the Beloved is the card. So this is really all about spending time in harmony with another, connecting in a loving way towards another. All right, so let's move on to December 28th. The Venus will square Uranus. So this also looks at changes in your relationships, destructiveness, not good for relationships with highly conservative partners. You may rebel if the relationship could be more shooting than chaos and conflict. Entertaining and amusements are good at this time. Other transits, including otherwise. Don't buy things. It's very, very important not to get caught in impulse buying. To buy, where you're buying things that you don't really need. And your values can clash with those around you if you don't agree with that person's values. It may be hard to assert your individuality at this time. This is good for producing art, music, or writing. This is good for dealing with broader groups as opposed to individual ones in one-on-one relationship, rocky finances, moon opposite Jupiter. Don't get taken advantage of because of your generous mood, falling prey to harmful habits and behaviors, overindulging in such pleasures overeating, broadcasting personal information only to feel overexposed later. Don't fall into the trap of grandiosity. Discretion doesn't work out easily for you, overindulging in shopping, spending, eating, and drinking, maintaining boundaries and limits as best as you can. Moon square Saturn. Challenging to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sadness, grief, and defeat. Guilty with not being able to change others. Others may become aloof and disconnect from you. Plans may face challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. Bitterness and low self-esteem. Blaming others for bad moods can hurt you. Relationships suffering from necking or bullying or separation. Feeling sad and lonely. The moon is going to conjunct Mercury. Now, so when the moon is conjunct Mercury, our emotional connections with others can cloud our judgment. This is not good for making important decisions because of our clouded judgment. Conversations with women and family members can be emotionally nourishing. Mood swings amplified emotions. The card that I chose is the Rainbow. So this is the card for December 28th, the Rainbow. Push through the storm, persevere through the darkness. The good is coming, the light is coming. The end of the storm, the end of the rough times in your life, if you're experiencing rough times, is near. The end of those rough times is near. So have faith, keep persisting, know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Know that it's darkest just before the dawn. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye for now.